Hi everyone, I have something to read to you. It will only take up 5 minutes or less of your time. What is a DSAR, Data Subject Access Request? According to dataprivacymanager.net, a data subject access request is a request addressed to the organization that gives the individuals a right to access information about personal data that the organization is processing about them, and to exercise that right easily at reasonable intervals to verify the lawfulness of the processing. The organization is obligated to provide confirmation that they are processing personal data, a copy of personal data, and other information, including purpose of personal data processing, third parties with whom the organization is sharing the personal data, categories of personal data, the data retention period, information about automated decision making, including profiling, and generally information about GDPR rights. Now, this is a UK facility or acronym based in our on our General Data Protection Regulation, which is from our Data Protection Act 2018. But I'm certain that you could find an equivalent in most Western countries or states if you were of a mind. A cursory look at Australia suggests to me that you could probably find yours under the Information Privacy Act 2014. So please, everyone, in the name of freedom, go data legislation digging. I realize it doesn't sound like an exciting way to pass the time, but if I can read about LED streetlights, the reason that I would like people to be aware of their right to request a DSAR is because, as Duncan Husband, the person who brought the matter to my attention and our resident freedom of information expert, explained at one of my talks in Stroud, if everyone who encountered a facial recognition surveillance system in operation put in one of these requests every time they were subject to it, it would severely hamper the turbo acceleration of our digital prison construction. If you put one of these in every time that you went to the supermarket or airport or hospital, where they were attempting to use your safety and security as an excuse to collect never ending amounts of biometric data with which to feed the breakneck evolution of AI so that it can put you out of a job and they can tokenize your universal basic credit such that you can only buy the SDG compliant products from the ESG approved retailers within your 15-minute diameter that they deem necessary for life on the blockchain. If everyone started putting in these DSARs every time they went to a place where this was happening, then it might actually make a grassroots difference. Obviously, the ideal is that you boycott anywhere where facial recognition technology is being introduced. But I understand that for some people, that's just not possible. Perhaps you live rurally and the only local shop is a franchise of Spar, who appear to be enthusiastically in on the act, and you don't drive and you have kids. I feel like I'm describing myself. And you need milk to soothe a tired child. Or maybe you need to travel and you have no other option but to submit if there's to be any chance of your reaching your destination. But if people were either boycotting these organizations or flooding them with time consuming DSARs, then perhaps we might actually begin to get somewhere. I have an Australian friend whom everyone knows I rarely get through a video without referencing. Go and find her. Her name is Cindy Niles. And I was saying to her a few weeks back that while I understood that the odds were seemingly insurmountable in many other countries, I felt, perhaps naively, but with authenticity, that here in the UK, given that we're such a comparatively small landmass, we might just stand a chance. The idea that you might get everyone in Australia or Canada or the United States to act in concert may seem like a handy definition for futility, but here in the UK, our population is small. So awareness could spread like wildfire if we could just ignite the flames. And if as a country we could set an example, then that may change the odds elsewhere. So, with nothing to lose and your children's freedom to gain, don't delay, put in a DSAR today. I thought perhaps an irritatingly catchy slogan might be in order. No? So just before I sign off, according to dataprivacymanager.net, a DSAR can be put in verbally or in writing, and you don't even have to remember the acronym. You can just ask for a copy of all the data that the organization has on you. So if you're in the UK, please spread the word and the acronym. And if you're further afield, please find your equivalent and post the information in the comments. Come on, Britain. We can do it. Thank you so much for listening. I love you. Bye.